Hi, this is Eric Stone doing a biography project for my American Studies class, and I'm doing it on Sandra Fawcett, and I'm doing an interview right now. So we'll start with when were you born?
I was born in Bangor in 1956, May 19th, 1956, and my parents lived in Orono when I was born. Then we moved down to Portland when I was an infant.
Okay. What were your parents' names?
George Raymond Fawcett is my father's name, and my mother's name was Marlene Fawcett. You want to know their ethnic, or my father is French Canadian and my mother's French.
Okay.
And well, I didn't live with them too long. My grandmother took me when I was small and helped raise me because my mother wasn't able to. So, and I grew up, and I had one child of my own, a daughter, who was 33, and her name is Sandra. And
33 right now?
Yeah. And had 3 married divorces. My childhood wasn't very. I don't remember much about my childhood, tell you the truth. Some of it I don't know, and I don't talk about it. So,
have you how about any interesting stuff, experiences in your life?
Yeah, I've had some interesting things in my life. I learned a lot in life. As life goes on, you learn more, as you say. You never stop learning, and you learn something every day, different, something new. In the world, how the world's changing, and how you got to change with it, or you get left behind.
Yeah.
And I'm not very good at electronics or stuff because I'm very bad at that stuff.
Yeah.
I try to learn about it, but I still can't get it. I've had several jobs. Making blueberries and picking apples and working down at a pier and working in apple places and working on a boat in Alaska.
That's what your first job was?
My first job was working in an apple plant, or working with apples, and I think in the orchards. That was my first job, working in the orchards. And it was pretty good being outside. And I kind of liked it, and being out in the fresh air. And I climbed the trees, fell out. One time the ladder went over, and I fell out of the tree with the ladder. But I didn't get hurt, so I just went on doing what I did. And I worked down pier, cleaning shrimp and lobster and sea urchins. And I worked in shoe shops, and I was once a foreman in the shoe shop in Freiburg, Eastland Shoe Company, and I just like doing different stuff to be interested, when I was working, I liked to work hard, and I worked long hours. Sometimes I worked 16 hours a day, depending on the job. Then I learned about different people, and I met different people around the world, and and not everybody's the same. You gotta remember, and you have to go with the flow with people. And I try to get along with everybody.
What if I asked before about the job? How much was like minimum wage?
Oh, you think when I started, I think it was you only got $4.50 or $5.50. I can't. I think it was $4.50. You didn't get much back in those days when I first started, and you worked your way up. In shoe shops, you got a little more, as if you was a floor lady or something. And I got good pay working on the boat in Alaska, going to Russia, the Bering Sea, where we went fishing, and I got paid pretty good for that. It was quite an experience for me, and I've traveled to different states and seen different things, and like Nevada or Seattle. I've been to Connecticut, Boston, New Hampshire, just a lot of Maine. I've been all over just about Maine. So,
how about some like favorite stuff? Like what was your favorite book?
Favorite
book? For the project, but basically.
Oh, I like Silver Brown books, stuff like that. I like real stuff, real, true stuff, not fiction.
Who was it?
Sylvia Brown. She writes those books about spiritual.
Oh yeah.
I like the spiritual stuff like that. She's a good writer. I believe in spiritual stuff. To me, I believe in, stuff like that.
Well, what's your, do you have a favorite song of all time?
I like the Titanic song. I Will Go On. I love that song.
The song that's when ship crashes.
Yeah. When she sings, Celine sings I Will Go On. When she's in the front of the boat there singing.
Okay.
I love that song. That's about one of my favorite. And otherwise, I like everything else, as long as they ain't too rock and roll or too slamming or something. I don't care for that stuff. Headbanging music, that's what you want to call it. In my day, that's what I guess everybody calls it.
Okay. Well, how about we start talking about human history, like
discrimination and stuff like that?
Yep, that type of stuff.
I went to school with a girl that was mulatto. Her name was Renee. And she was a good girl. She was nice person. A lot of people didn't like her because she was part white and part black. And as a child, I didn't understand why nobody liked her, because she was a good person, And plus, back then, I was too young to know about discrimination that people had and their souls and how they acted and how they treated people. But I soon learned as I was growing up about the difference between black and white and who treats who good better or who gets treated better than who, and you shouldn't hang around with them people because they're bad, and all this stuff. And I didn't agree with it then, and I don't agree with it now. I don't think that anybody should be discriminated against your race, your color, or if you're whatever, if you're purple, pink, blue, or green.
So do you think this country's like kind of like a step forward with Barack Obama as our president?
Yes. I think him getting in office, I think he's going to make a big change in this world, and I think this world it's time for a change. People are tired of the same old stuff and promises and promises and promises that they make and they don't keep.
What changes do you think he'll bring?
I think he'll
help us.
I think he'll help us comedy-wise, you know, people have more jobs. I think maybe people won't be left behind on, like, living on disability and not getting much, you know. I think he'll do good on that, and I think he'll do good all the way around. I just think he'll be very, I think he's very intelligent, and I think he's right for the job. It's time that new blood come in, and it's time that people stop looking at people's colors and everything and then let him do his job. That's what he got elected for, and that's what he's going to do.
Speaking of that, what president do you think, like, is the best president, or your favorite president of all time, kind of, do you have one?
I think, Carter. Carter was a good president, because Jimmy Carter, because he helped still with people building houses from humanity, and at his age, he's still out there doing his thing, trying to help the world. I think he's pretty great. I thought Nixon was pretty good. Not Nixon, I mean Ronald Reagan. He did good. Kennedy, I was kind of young, so I didn't really understand much about him, but those are my favorites.
Well, who was the first president you ever voted for?
I voted for who was it I voted for? I know, but I can't remember. I think it was for Bush. No, I don't know. No, that's not right. Ford or something. Yeah, Ford.
Well, what are your opinions on the wars that have gone on, like the Cold War with the Soviet Union and like the current war?
I think if people let these people in these foreign countries work out their own problems and stop bringing in people from different countries and having them people killed because of their problems, been fighting for years and many years, and it will continue no matter how many men they bring over there. It will still go on until people stop bringing them over, stop interfering, and let them fight it out amongst themselves. If they want to kill each other, let them kill them. You know, let them kill each other, because that's what's going to happen. But innocent people shouldn't be killed because of other people.
Yeah.
And I think the war now, I think it's sad that these Americans are dying like they did over in Vietnam, which I remember my cousin got killed over there. He got blown up by a mine, and I just think it's not right. I think these countries, if they want to fight, they should stand up and fight for themselves and stop bringing in the United States, stop helping them, because that's what they're doing. They're in how do you say it? They're allowing them to keep on fighting and bringing soldiers in. You know what I mean? If they put their foot down and said, well, we're going to bring all the soldiers home, maybe some of this would stop, you know, and all these killings would stop, you know. It's too bad to see these young men blown up and lose their arms, legs, and the kids lose their father or the mother, you know, over things that we can't control.
Yep. Okay. Well, how about, we'll go back on the civil rights thing. You said you talked with Kennedy, right? like, what were, like, other people, how was, like, the, I don't know, the world, like, how would people react around you about these events? Like, what other people's opinions?
I look at it this way. I believe everybody has their opinions, and whether you're right or I'm wrong.
I'm talking about, like, the Kennedy. Like, was it, like, people in panic or something like that? Or
When Kennedy got killed?
Yeah.
Yes, I remember the day that Kennedy got killed. In fact, we got sent home from school early.
Yeah.
And it was on TV. I remember that. This is plain as day. Me and my two friends were walking to school. Then we were in school, and then we heard that somehow he got killed, and we were sent home early. And then when we got home, it was on TV, which was very sad, because he was a young man, and of course, when you're a child, you don't understand why people kill each other, you know, you don't understand, you don't have a clue. I just thought it was very sad that he had to die.
Yep.
I just think it was ignorant to kill him, and to kill his brother, too. His brother was going to do... Bobby Kennedy was going to do good for people too, but they killed him because they knew he was going to do good, and I don't know, they just wanted to stop it, and they did. They killed him. It was a shame not to have just one Kennedy killed, but two. A lot of people forget about him, but he was there too, you know. Well, there's two brothers were lost in that thing.
Well, okay, so, what were you, like, what was your opinion on the technological developments, like, kind of like how we get into space, or just technology, like telephones, computers?
Oh, I think they're
how
pretty...
we landed on the moon?
I think it's pretty good, but I think sending rockets to the moon is, maybe it's technology that should happen, but I think a lot of that is they're messing up with the ozone. Because I think every time they send something up there, I think, we're having these weather changes, and the environments are changing, that worse storms now than we ever had, and I think things are shifting. Technology, I think, is great. That's just a part of life, you buy something and you think it's great, and then next thing you know, they got something out better than what they had. You got to learn to keep up with it, or you'll be behind.
What do you think the greatest piece of technology ever built was? And maybe still is going on today, or like the best used thing?
A Statue of Liberty and stuff like that. I think, and stuff like that. Like.
I mean, like technology, like of the internet and phones and spaceships. What do you think of everything that's all technology? What do you think helped us the most, or this is the best?
I think television and news and the computers helped, and a lot of the technologies helped keep people alive, and on different people's, artificial hearts and all this stuff. I think I think that's pretty great, neat stuff like that.
Well, I guess that's it. Thank you.
You're welcome.